Jabba the Hutt here.
What do you mean by that?
Yes.
No.
Did you watch the old videos, the last few videos? I look like Jabba the Hutt. Gotta lose this gut.
New training arc? Starting when?
Yeah. Protein shakes in the morning and the afternoon, and a small garden salad at night.
Oh my gosh, maybe we could vlog it. Transformation.
What does that mean?
Vlog it? Like that?
Oh,
it's kind of-
vlog. Yeah, vlog.
Not a vlog.
Not a vlog. Well, here, we're back.
Mm-hmm.
And I've instructed Crystal to film me from here up only. So, if it's not that way, you'll have words with her. Anyway, we are at some very exciting place in Berserk. So much is happening. It's like a Tom Clancy novel. Something's happening over here and over here and over here and over here. And then the giant redwood crashes into the submarine and disables it. Come on.
I'm extremely confused.
By the way, the tree didn't crash into the sub crashed into the tree. I want to get that straight.
I love the way your mind works.
But who knew why they were cutting down a tree in the forests of Oregon, I think.
What the hell are you talking about?
We got to get back to the story. So the story opens this time with Serpico and, did I call him Serpico? It is a great name, as one of our friends, Jordan, said. Serpico is a great name for him.
This is Lancelot. In reality, his name's Serpico. And I think the name lends a lot to his character, just the fact that his name's Serpico.
But he'll always be Sir Lancelot to me. Why? Because he's always rescuing Maid Marian. Serpico, Sir Lancelot, comes in with Shyster Boy. And they say, nothing happened. And it made me think they were fishing. Not a bite, they said. What they were trying to do was secure a boat that would take them to the Elven lands, where Koska might get healing, and Guts might be able to take off that armor of his and let the wounds heal. Get him back in fighting form. Of course, he'd go right back to wearing the armor. You know Guts. The ultimate sacrificer. He can't even get out of bed hardly anymore.
I know. All he can do is fight and then rest.
And he took the armor off to lie in bed because you see him wrapped in bandages.
Yeah.
Bleeding through the bandages. Oh,
please.
Do I have to get up? I think I got the right eye.
But do you think he's like Reacher? Like the sleep when you can?
Yes. Eat when you can, sleep when you can.
Sleep when you can.
That's him right now. Just survival mode Guts.
Yes. And I just wish he would take off that armor. Anyway, we really got to stick with the plot here. I mean, I can't drag these people on forever. It's supposed to be a 10-minute video or so. Where was I? Oh, I recall. They come back. We can't get a ship. And Guts is probably thinking to himself, I sent out those two amateurs to get a ship. They come back empty. But our friend, who I used to call Farnese, now she's Lady Farnese. And we've talked about the change that has occurred in her. And it's dramatic. She is a generous person. And she says, I'll fix this problem. She's going to go back to her father, who is another one of those rats. In this case, we learn from her mother, a weak rat. They're the ones that attack. The strong ones, they don't need to. But he's weak, so who knows what he's going to do. But she goes to see him after he gets done dressing down his youngest son, Magnifico. Really? Magnifico? I think the mother named him Magnifico, knowing that he wasn't much. And the father rightly called him Mandy.
He did not call him Mandy.
Well, I think he did. Therefore, his name is Mandy. So Mandy, the youngest brother, is there talking to dear old dad, who basically dresses him down saying, you're nothing but a Mandy. And he's ticked. In comes Farnese, and she wants something from dear old dad too. She wants a ship.
He just saw her and then reprimanded her and said, pretty much go to your room.
Yeah, go to your room after telling her all the dumb things she did.
Yeah. That
proved her worthlessness.
And made her feel bad.
Not exactly the kind of thing a dad says to a daughter. Have I ever treated you like that?
2 days ago.
Okay. I didn't send you to your room. You went there by yourself.
Well, I'm 27.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess Farnese is too, though.
Well, she's close.
She's like 20 something. She's 24.
Is she?
Yeah, because we did when we were doing the live action
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
This reminds me of that video that's like squirrel.
Squirrel!
And like the dog turns and looks for the squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
We got to get back to the storyline, because these people, they've got other things to do than just watch our videos, although I highly recommend you do. So she goes to dear old dad looking for a ship, and she just gets dressed down by him. It was really cruel. So he feels like he's got two great sons. We're going to find out they're nothing either. And two worthless children,
What do you say fuck me for?
Mandy, and the one he thinks of as Furnace. So they have their conversation. He sends her to her room, and she's pretty bummed. Came to get a ship. Looks like she's not only not going to get a ship, she's now a captive of the mansion. In walks Brother Mandy. I've got a plan. I got a plan. All you got to do is marry this fellow, Roderick. We can't even pronounce his name. It sounds an awful lot like Stuffin', which is what he's full of. So he is Rodney Stuffin'. And Rodney Stuffin' thinks he's all that too. And he ain't nothing. But he's the naval commander of the 11th, whoever the heck they are. And who really cares? They're probably a little tiny little speck over here. Who knows? We don't care because we don't like him. Because now I like Lady Farnese. I really do. And I'm a firm believer in redemption. She's redeemed.
She's trying to redeem herself right now, though.
I know. We had a little bit of a discussion about that last night. You can't really redeem yourself. And when you try to do things to redeem yourself, you usually do something dumb. And this whole thing of going to dear old dad, that was dumb. The brother comes along, Mandy, and says, I got a plan. You marry my old college buddy. College buddy? We're talking about, I don't know what, the 1400s?
Medieval times, at least.
Yeah, medieval times. There weren't that many colleges. But he said college. So, and you guys, if you're going to go to college, stick with the STEM stuff. You'll make a good living from STEM. You will not do it any other place.
True.
And really, shouldn't there be more or at least equal amount of men at college than women? What are we talking about this for? Let's go on. Anyway, I don't like Rodney full of stuffing at all. He's a manipulator, almost as bad as Magnifico Mandy.
Oh, yeah, that's why they're besties.
Yeah, that's why they're besties.
Yeah.
And
they're locked in.
they're besties because each one thinks they can get something from the other. But you know what? In a foxhole, they would go opposite directions and they'd be all for themselves.
Agreed.
Both of them. Two worthless folks. What would you call them? Sons of Belial. Anyway, boy.
You're all over the place.
I am all over the place. Unbelievably, she meets Rodney and kind of likes him, it seems, and agrees to a marriage without Daddy's permission. Oh, what are they going to do? Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, who should return to the group, our friend, Sir Lancelot, and basically tells them all she ain't coming back. What do you mean she ain't coming back? Well, you know, she seems to have gotten herself wrapped up in this marriage thing. And Guts is like, we got to do something about this. He's seen the development of Lady Farnese as well. He's not going to give her up without a fight. He thinks that what she was doing to help out the group, which was managing like no one else could, Casca, and no doubt he probably figured not a backup for a mage either. Mm-hmm. You know, if she can learn to see that apple in her mind's eye.
She was still trying to envision it when she was at the castle too, though. Like, she's still working on it.
And it kind of got something going in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't think she's going to be left behind.
Yeah. Serpico came back so formal. He was like, thank you for our stay. It's been great. Yes. Goodbye.
Yes. And Guts said something funny. And the first time I read it, before I went over it again to make the video, I thought it was Serpico who said to Guts, you know, I thought we were going to have that battle. But it was really Guts saying it to him. Mm-hmm. And Serpico saying, well, I'm not interested anymore. Which suggested to me that he saw Guts as a pal.
I feel like Guts was trying to anchor him into staying.
Come on, you're one of us now.
Yeah. And I feel like Serpico was just playing nonchalant. He was just like, oh, guess I don't need to anymore. Goodbye.
A plan has to be made. In the meantime,
Guts makes the two elves follow Serpico.
Oh, that's right. And they're so excited to do it. Why? Because they figure there's going to be good eats. I didn't know elves like to eat sweets so much, but it makes perfect sense. There's no denying that whatever the eats are as they're on the road is probably not delicacies.
Yeah.
You know, squirrel meat, rabbit meat.
Even at the dirty pub.
The what?
The dirty pub.
Oh, yeah. But as Louis L'Amour used to say in his books, you'll get mighty thin just eating rabbit.
Wow. Note to self.
Yeah. For all of you people on an Atkins diet, rabbit. It's just greasy chicken.
It's because it's never going to get edited.
So the elves go, and they feast at the dessert tray.
They forget all about Sir Lancelot.
Yeah.
And
you
then...
see him lying back in a bowl of desserts.
And then they're like, oh, shoot, it's Farnese.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And then they start following her. And I think that's when Rodney gives her the roses.
Oh, gosh.
And tells her that she's more of a lily in a field of roses. And she kind of like she eats that line up.
Yeah.
She eats it up.
But not before he insults the rose. Can't tell one rose from another. And even a reference to noble women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all look alike to me.
But he's like trying to charm her. He's trying to be Rico Suave.
Okay, he is trying to do that, but with always there's laced within his words a bit of an insult because you know he wants to suppress her.
Yeah.
To keep her down.
He thinks that she's wrapped around his finger.
Which is why he's a rat. They report back trouble in Smallville because I think we're going to lose Farnese to this guy. Someone's ire is up. All of them, really.
Yeah.
Not only does Little Good Witch say to herself, I can't take care of Casca. That's only Farnese has a way with her. And Guts is saying what we don't really know, but I think he's saying she's one of us. I don't know that he goes any deeper than that because he has no romantic interest in her, but she's one of their party.
Yeah.
She's part of the little band of the Hawk. That's the proper name. The fact that you know who. Which is what only a rat like him would do because he killed everyone in the band of the Hawk except for 2.
Well, and Riekert.
Yeah, I know, but Riekert wasn't in the abyss. I keep thinking about the poor guy who wanted to just bake bread.
Gaston.
Probably French bread given his name. Gaston.
You don't think sourdough? I
I
could see baguettes.
Oh, nothing like a baguette.
I could see that bread that's like you braid it.
Yeah. Someday I'll tell you the story about how Grandpa made me a tomato sandwich
Okay.
from an Italian baguette.
We'll put it on our list of stories to tell.
Man, it was good. Maybe we should just cut the video here. and-
Continue.
Okay. All right. Catch me up.
They go back, they tell Guts, like, hey, this is the sitch.
This is trouble.
He says, absolutely not okay. We got to go get our girl.
And let's not forget the 2 worthless ones. They have said to Farnese, there's a big party. We got to all go. But something very interesting happens. Who should show up but the Queen Mum? She's not really technically a queen, but about as close to a queen as you can get around there. It's Farnese's mama. She is a very interesting woman. No one to trifle with, that's for certain. Kind of a manipulator, but she's also kind of a warrior in her own way. She's wise.
Yeah.
Wise in the ways of men, worthless men in particular, like her husband. And so she knows Magnifico, Mandy, is up to no good. She just knows it. Because even though she's an absentee mother, off sailing the seas, which is better than hanging around the mansion, that would get boring after a while.
Oh, yeah.
Especially married to the slug of her husband. She understands her 3 sons, and she understands her daughter. And she has respect for her daughter, but very little respect for any of her sons, including the 2 older sons who seem to have it somewhat together.
Yeah.
But you can bet. Chips off the old block. The queen hears that she's getting married, and there's going to be a big party, and she takes a moment to say to Farnese, maybe I should go along too. And of course, Farnese says, of course, come along. Mom's got some ideas of her own. Farnese, not really a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
She's just going to go, she's somewhat enamored with Mr. Stuffin. That's too bad.
I would say that Rodney doesn't realize what he's gotten himself into.
I have a feeling that this family, of which Farnese is the daughter, is a more powerful group than Sir Stuffing.
When he proposes to her at the party, from what Magnifico said, the dad is too weak of a man to act like he didn't already give his blessing.
Right.
Because that would seem like they went behind his back. It would make him look weak. And so that's why they're planning it against his will, but in a place where he has to save face.
Now, something interesting is happening back at the ranch. Our group has gotten together and they say to themselves, we've got to get Farnese back. Don't care about this marriage thing. Or at the very least, they got to go and talk to her themselves.
And Farnese was thinking about Guts, remember?
I know.
When her mom was like,
is there someone else you're interested in? And the flash comes of Guts. Everybody but Casca is interested in Guts.
Literally. But when she sees him, she's going to be like, Roderick who?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, Guts came to save me?
Yeah.
She's going to fold.
Yeah, she will fold.
Yeah.
And if Rodney is as dumb as we think, he might try to pull a sword on the Black Swordsman.
That would be hilarious.
Oh. Let's not forget that the group takes off for the party. Now, they're not invited to the party. They're probably not even dressed for a party. So who should intervene on their behalf? Little Good Witch. And what does she do? She walks up to the guards and says, "These aren't the droids you're looking for." And then in rolls the fog. Last time we saw that fog, crocodilly dials showed up. And they were monstrous. Not this time. Instead, what seemed to show up was a ragged, fanged, dog-like creature.
And it didn't even approach them.
It didn't. It just went right past them as though they have something else in mind. Who knows what havoc they could run at the party?
Yeah.
They could just dash through there, devour a few people, and boy, who sent him?
Exactly.
I'll tell you who sent him.
Mr. Hookah?
Mr. Hookah?
Yeah, you don't remember Mr. Hookah?
Remind me.
The man on the boat, and he was like in his little...
Oh, yes. Well, he sent the crocodilly dials.
Yeah, so don't you think he sent this one too?
Under whose orders, though?
I don't know who Mr. Hookah reports
Don't you
to.
think it's got to be Griffith? Griffith already decided he's the head of Midland. These people want to take back Midland, all those groups that are there. We see a fight break out in the middle of the party about two factions warring against one another, arguing that each one just wants a little piece of Midland when they need all of Midland back. Who could have maybe possibly sent the dogs? Yes, the old guy in the rowboat, but who is he listening to?
You think Femtow?
I think Fem.
You think that's his leader?
Emphasis on Fem. There has to be a reason behind it.
Yeah.
To just send crocodiles for no reason.
Take
And
it over.
those creatures were a lot more like the creatures that were sent forth by the Emperor of Midland right now, that evil Emperor.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end of our chapters here. And
That weird little creature walks by.
that it just walks by and you know trouble is happening.
They kind of get pulled away because someone comes up to them and says, maybe it was Sharike, Little Good Witch.
Yeah.
I think she was like, "Oh, hey, Serpico's pinging me on the..."
Well, yeah. And Serpico was manipulating them because he knew he still had contact with her because he didn't untie her hair from wherever. She could still speak to him and he could, I guess, project to her. He gave her back his magic sword, though.
Yeah.
Because he sends a message mentally. Little Good Witch picks it up and says, "We're going to have to meet Sir Lancelot." Well, Sir Lancelot has this all planned out. And he's in some, didn't it look like an underground place with many, many columns? Yeah, he called it a coliseum. He picked that spot because he's planning to battle Guts. What is he thinking? A really dumb move.
But he does try to give himself some sort of advantage. It's
He
just not
does. The columns are
greatest.
too close together to make the sword of Guts a useful weapon.
But he doesn't even need a sword.
And he
Against
doesn't.
Sir Lancelot.
And also, I have a feeling he could bring down the columns with that sword.
Easily.
Especially now that he's wise enough to at least sharpen the sword.
Yeah.
Remember the rebuke he got from the blacksmith? It'll take me days to fix it. Anyway, he did. So,
Rest in peace.
yes. Yeah, good old man. The only one who got away with really rebuking our friend Guts.
Yeah.
You just took off from Casca. What did you expect? Anyway, we've already discussed that in a previous episode. It looks like we're at the end, but there's going to be a battle between those two, and for the life of me, I can't figure out a reason for it. Lancelot doesn't owe them anything. He came along, but he joined the group. He could unjoin it. Guts certainly would understand that. He unjoined a few groups himself, sometimes kicked out, sometimes chased out.
But I feel like he knows that Guts is coming for Farnese, and I feel like for him, it's safer for her to be at the castle and just be like caged in than to go on this journey. And he's seeing it as an opportunity where he can just go back to being her little bodyguard and sitting in the shadows and being her best friend. And
he doesn't seem to have interests outside of that. He really thinks of her as his savior because she took him off the streets.
And his
gave
to
him a home.
protect.
However, did you see that dream sequence when the
where they,
Queen
like-
Mum said, "These two are entwined in a way."
Like a tree.
Like a tree. She described it that way. Plant two trees together, they're going to intertwine.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw it as kind of a good thing. She must know that that's a half sibling, though.
Yeah, but I think she knows that Lancelot's in love with her.
Yes.
And he even says, "Oh, she's a pretty cunning woman to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Like, she saw right through me." But he's like, she's pretty much giving me permission to keep doing what I was doing before. I can keep Farnese safe here.
Yeah. And that's his purpose in life. So maybe, just maybe, what Shyster Boy said could be true. And yet, because Shyster Boy said, oh, they'll hold back against one another.
Yeah, they're posturing.
Yeah. It sure didn't look like in one of the panels. It looked like Guts was swinging hard.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's going to go. I feel like a prediction is necessary. Should we do a prediction?
Absolutely.
They're both going to live, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the fight might be interrupted by a commotion that is caused by the rabid dog demons.
I could see that.
Okay? To where they say, wait a second, Lancelot, you and I can't be going at each other. We've got to save Farnese. So my guess is that's what's got to happen next.
Okay, that's fair.
We shall see. But in the meantime, like, subscribe if you would. Comment, please. Crystal loves comments. So do I. I hear about a lot of them. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.